So welcome to this cosmic meditation. This is a space dedicated for us to be with ourselves, to relax deeply with whatever is present on us. A sacred space for us to feel, for us to allow the feelings to flow, and also a space for us to connect with the frequencies of ascension that are moving at this moment. The cosmic meditation has this highest intention of tuning into the waves of ascension, and that's why I invite everyone to join on every 2 Sundays for us to pulse together these frequencies. So welcome. Let's take some minutes with our eyes closed and tune with our posture, and then I'll bring a little bit of the frames of today and then we will start. So close your eyes and connect with your breath. Breathing through the nose, deeper at each cycle of breath. Bringing it to your lower abdomen and really filling up all your abdomen organs with the air of your breath and emptying it all out with the out breath. Taking this moment to consciously bring this new air, this new energy to all your body, relaxing into the breath, allowing the breath to guide you where there is any tension on your body. So in this practice, you can choose when to be sitting with your spine aligned or when to be laying down. And if you lay down, please do it with your belly up, like in Shavasana, with your legs relaxed, your knee relaxed, your arms parallel to your body with your palms facing up. It's really important that the energies that we will move here, that they can move through your body so that your body is relaxed and that you're connected with your breath, for the breath to be the vehicle through for this information to enter your inner structures. The cosmic meditations are always a healing dive. It's always an opportunity for us to deepen into some specific part of us and allow it to move, allow it to have a new understanding, a new comprehension. It's a moment for us to meet parts of ourselves that are stuck and to allow these energies to move and to be transcendent with a new perspective, with a new comprehension. So in this meditation, you don't need to empty your thoughts or to be completely empty, I need you to be present with me. I need you to allow my voice to guide you and to be curious of this journey, to do it with me. So I will be guiding you, inviting you to visualize some images and colors and to go through some places of your body. And then I need to be relaxed and active in co-creating these images. So when I invite you, for example, to imagine a nature place, it's your nature. So then you have your imagination in your intuition field to create this imagetic field. So allow yourself to take part on it, to be the co-pilot of this journey and to go into the depth that you want to go. Today we will go into a very deep dive into the masculine, into the father in us, into the principles of the masculine. We need to realign it on us. The masculine on earth, it's completely distorted, it's completely lost, it's completely disconnected, and it's hurt and it's harming deeply. And this masculine, it's in all of us. It's not in men, it's in all of us. So today we will dive into the topics of discipline, of the power of the no, of what we need to feel safe, how we provide the structure for us to feel safe, and also this awareness that our masculine, it's everything that we do to ourselves to feel safe, and our feminine is everything that we do and perceive as being loved. But safety in our planet today, in this civilization, it's really distorted. People find security in money, in big walls, in health insurance. So all our sensation of safety comes from scarcity and fear, comes from separation. And it's important that we go into this to release our illusion of this safety, for us to tap into a new level of trust that allows us to have another kind of safety. And this safety, it comes then when we feel that we belong in a web of connection, of support, that we belong to a tribe, to a family, regardless of it being our blood family, but that we can count on each other, that we have each other's back, that we can fall and we will have loved ones to reach us and to give the hand to us, and as we will be there for our loved ones. So safety comes from belongingness, comes from care, comes from sharing, comes from caring, from feeling a part of a bigger thing, becoming a part of a bigger vision, of a bigger project, of a bigger family. So this feeling of belongingness, it's the new safety. It's the new masculine. It's in between us that we find this safety. This story that we were told, that for us to be safe, we need to be autonomous, independent, to have our own little house with our own little car, with our own little family, with our own little problems, and to protect us from the outside. It's all distorted. So with this pandemic and this economic crisis and this health crisis and this social crisis that we are facing, if we still need these old structures to be our reference of safety, we will enter into anxiety, depression, frustration, hopelessness, And these feelings are really present in the field now. I am this Scorpio Piscean woman that really, it's really easy for me to get overwhelmed by the collective field. And the collective now, it's exhausted and with some notes of despair, not trusting humanity, not trusting that we can do something better. We are disappointed, we are broken somehow. This pandemic showed to us a lot of inconsistency and a lot of ugliness. And we really saw many people prioritizing, giving priority to money and economy and not to life and wealth. So I want today to work inside of us for us to free ourselves from this, not because we are embedded in this system. No, we were born into it, we were framed into it. So even those that we are already out of the mainstream structure, it's still normal that we feel unstable in regards to money, to structure, to what I am creating here for me, and the self-care, and how it's easy for us when we really are with ourselves, suddenly we are not really taking care of us, and it's easy for us to relapse with our self-love and self-care. So all of these are notes and symptoms of this wounded masculine. So that's the place that I want us to connect what we need to feel safe, how we do the things that are important and good for us with the information that we already have of our own self-awareness process. So to really learn the beauty of the discipline and to redesign it inside of us, because we have this distorted discipline that was squared on us, that was narrowing us, repressing us. You need to do this and that, and and it's not this discipline. The discipline of the aligned masculine is, I'm not doing this because I know it's not good for me. I will stop it because I know that I'm numbing myself with it. And it's hard, but it's this strength of the warrior that can stop with an addiction. And this addiction can be an addiction of a habit, a substance, a pattern of thought, an addiction with a perspective of the victim, of the judger, of the complaining, many possibilities of this distorted lens. So it's important that we really tap into this discipline where I have the strength to don't numb myself, to do not spoil myself. And this is love. This is not repression. This is not suppression. This is love. This is the limit, it's the boundaries. And these boundaries of the Father, this is the Father love. It's our need to feel some limit, even for us to feel to know the limits of ourselves, for us to understand ourselves. So how important it is for us to have more affect connection with the know, with the limits, with the discipline. And then we go to this place where the structure that we need, it's not about a structure based on the ego needs. So I don't need a big house, I don't need, and maybe you need a big house, is not the thing, you know, but it's not something for you to show to others or for you to prove yourself or for you to compensate what you didn't have. It's your real need. What's the structure that you need? And this structure talks about your house, talks about your mobility, talks about your financial health and stability, talks about your discipline and your practices with your body, talked about the way you prioritize things in your daily life, things that are pleasant and things that are less pleasant, but they are needed to do. So this strength of the masculine is this part that does what is not so pleasant but needs to be done. So it's like, I will do it because it needs to be done. So this is the power of the masculine, and this is love. It's just a love that it's hold us, that brings the feeling of safety, of being held. And then the feminine love, the feminine frequency, it's the feeling of nourishment, of feeling loved and accepted and valued. It's this more nourishing, and then it's more liquid. But the male love, it's this limit until here. This is good for you. You already know it, so do it. No, don't be spoiled. No, so it's this place of this to be sensible. No, this being able to take the reason when it's good to have the reason to say, I know this is the best to be done. I know I need to do it. I know this doesn't work for me. I know if I do it now, tomorrow I will regret or I will be. So it's this place where we can take care of ourselves and put limits and say no. And this is we loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves with this masculine love. So these words are the frame where we will dive today. I always like to bring a little bit of this before we dive into the journey of the meditation itself. And just a little practice thing that sometimes when I need to don't be here in the camera and connect with other layers, I just close it. But I will be here and I will be guiding. But for me, it's sometimes important to don't have here the camera all the time when I need to go in higher frequencies. Okay? But my voice and presence, we will be here. And everybody that is here now online or that will watch it later, we are connected in a non-time space room and field. And so now I will bring you to this room, and from there we will fly together. So again, let's have some moments of connection with our breath. Check if your shoulders are relaxed, bringing your shoulder blades down and back. Either if you are sitting down or if you are already laying down, just feel this openness of your chest and the settling of your shoulders blades down and back. Opening space and relaxing your shoulders, your neck. And then feel this alignment of your head with your neck, with your spine, this place where the weight of your head is distributed through your spine. And feel this alignment that goes from your coccyx through all your vertebrae, all the way up until the top of your head. You can breathe for some cycles through this tube of light, imagining and emptying it with your breath, this tube of light from your coccyx through all your spine until the top of your head, your crown chakra. With this breath, we are increasing the space in between. We are creating more space in between the vertebrae, relaxing them, aligning them. Take some moments to go through all your spine, breathing in between the vertebrae, allowing them to relax, creating more space. Vertebra by vertebra. And as this breath goes, all your muscles around your spine also relax, dissolving any tension, relaxing any contraction. And now bring your breath to your lower back and check if there is any pain, any contraction, any tension. That's the place in our body where we accumulate some weight when it's hard to move, when it's hard to find a way, when it's hard to find energy to move, stimulus. This energy gets stuck in our lower back, in this connection between the upper body and the down body, the legs. So breathe through this connection of your upper body and your legs. Maybe doing some little movements to really open more space in these connections of your legs and your pelvis. In your pelvis, in your spine, this place of the coccyx. And let's release even more this area of our body. And for it, I invite you to breathe in through your left leg, imagining that the air is coming through your left foot, coming all the way up through your left leg. And then it creates waves and moves all around your pelvic floor, your pelvic area, lower abdomen. And then you breathe out through your right leg, and this air will go out through your right foot. So you breathe in through your left foot and leg. Feel this spiraling of energy on your pelvic floor. And breathe out through your right leg. Feeling this openness of the chakras in the sole of the feet, where this energy is entering through your left foot and leaving your body through your right foot. So imagine this, feel this vortex on the sole of your feet, getting activated, getting opened. And you can hold a little bit the breath after you breathe in, hold it a little bit on your lower abdomen, feeling yourself completely full of air and moving it. And then you breathe out, maybe even through your mouth if you feel. Really releasing it all through your right leg. Receiving this new energy through your left leg and releasing it through your right leg. And let's take some breath cycles with this circular process. And if you are not still laying down, please, now it's the moment for you to lay down with your belly up. If you are already laying down, do a little checkup in all your body to be sure that you are relaxed, that all your body is settled, that if you need any little adjustment, to fully relax and let go. And if you are laying down now with your belly up, your legs a little bit opened, your arms parallel to your body with your palms facing up, aligning and adjusting the shoulder blades in a way that your chest is open and there is a lot of space between your shoulders and your ears. And now I invite you to bring your hands into your solar plexus, your third chakra in the region of your belly button. Connecting here, imagining that this is the source of your masculine power. And just take this moment to feel this touch and to get familiar. What is for you your masculine power? How you perceive it, how you feel it, how you experience it in your life. Breathing deeply in your hands, swallowing your belly, opening more space around your third chakra for this masculine energy to show up. On each breath, going deeper into your connection with your masculine power, your power of action, direction, structuring, defining. And now I invite you to connect with the masculine energies that are not helping you, the ones that keeping putting you off, telling you off, that keep is saying that it's not enough, you are not enough, you are not good enough. The voices of worthiness, of insecurity, and identify in your body also these parts of this distorted masculine inside of you. Allowing uncomfortable emotions to come, allowing these inner personas to show up. And maybe you can take this moment to really dress them up. This detector, how they look like, how they are dressed, what's their agenda, what they keep telling you, of the mistakes they believe you keep doing, that you cannot change, that you cannot do it better. All these voices that are rush on you. Let's have this moment to really look into their eyes, to acknowledge these voices, to acknowledge these inner personas. And as we tap into this new age of this new earth, as we tap into this quantum perspective of existence, where we amplify our ability to experience paradox feelings at the same time, where we stretch our inner muscles, our muscular, emotional muscles. So I invite you here to feel these both energies and these both sets of personas inside of you. Your masculine power and the voices, the personas that encourages you, that pushes you forward, that allows you to move, to create, to manifest. And also to feel the ones that are always telling you off and wanting you to do more and telling how unworthy or incompetent you are, whatever is your inner voice tells you. Try to expand yourself to acknowledge these both energies that together are your masculine fragrances at the moment, your masculine personas and energies manifesting in different spectrums. And here I want you to imagine a fireplace with a beautiful fire. Doesn't need to be a fireplace, can be a real burn fire, an outside fire. You can put the landscape that you wish. It can be night or day. But you will sit into the circle around this fire. And this fire is the projection of your third chakra fire, of your inner fire. So with your breath, you can light it up. You can increase this fire. You can allow it to be bigger, stronger, until you can perceive the warmth of it coming through your body. You are receiving the warmth of this fire in front of you. This fire represents, it's creating images and it's moving in a very specific pattern that is reflecting yourself. So allow yourself to really tune into this fire as a messenger, as an oracle, where you can look to yourself, to your inner power, and to the voices that limits you, that restrains you. It's like the parts of you that pushes down this fire and the parts of you that put more wood and space on it. And now I invite you to put into the circle around this fire these inner personas, one by one. But I invite you to try to put it like, bring on into the fire circle one aspect of your masculine power that encourages you, one of your inner personas, one of your inner voices. Connect with it, dress it up, give it an icon, a stereotype that you can really recognize this. And then you will bring one aspect of the voices that limits you, that pushes you down. And we will have some moments now for you to really create your circle. It can be one persona on each side. It can be how many personas you have, how many voices are present. And try to, as you bring them to this fire, to really expand yourself to fit all these feelings and persona inside of you, to be able to expand yourself with them, acknowledging all these layers and fragrances of your inner masculine. one by one, connecting with them, feeling them, dressing them up, feeling their presence and their characteristics, and allowing them to join this circle around this fire. And now take a deep breath through all your body. And just be, just be for one moment in the presence of all these personas, of all these voices, and in the presence of this fire into this landscape. And maybe at this moment you will have more personas in one side than in the other, and this is okay. Just acknowledge them. Allow all of them to be seen, recognized, honored. And now in front of you, in the other side of the fire, in the other side of the circle, exactly in front of you, I invite you to bring the presence of your dead, of your father, regardless of if he's alive or not. Just bring his presence to be sitting in front of you. And as he sits in front of you, just take some moments to do some eye gazing. No needs of words, just feel his presence. Just look to him. And be present with whatever emerges in you. Feeling the presence of your father, finding it inside of yourself. Where does he live inside of your body? What does his presence brings you now? And also here, I want you to allow yourself to have paradoxical emotions. And as you perceive him, And as you receive him into this circle, looking into his eyes, I invite you to acknowledge his male power, the parts of himself that really inspired you, his actions and behaviors that were a good example for you of safety, of protection, of structuring. And if these characteristics is not what your father brought to you, what is the male power? What is the male aligned references that he gave you? And then also allow him to start to unfold in different aspects of himself. And maybe these aspects of himself are connected with different ages of yours and different moments during your life, what he represented to you. So he can be unfolding into different ages, as in different personas, in different aspects that you have had from him. And also here we acknowledge the distorted male parts of our father, where he was abusive, where he was over repressing, where he abused his power in any way with us. His absence. Also allowing yourself to see the different aspects of your father and being honest with yourself of the parts of him that were really harmful for you. Acknowledging each one of these places inside of you and bringing them to this fire. Who was this father when you didn't feel protected, safe, cared for? As you also give space to acknowledge when you felt safe and where you felt his male power loving towards you, directed to you through behaviors, through actions, through choices. What he taught you about integrity, about being an ethical being. Take this moment to acknowledge all the levels and layers of influences of your father in yourself. And here we are bringing how it impacted on us. So it's not exactly about him, but it's what you experienced from him, what you saw on him, what you lived through him being your father. So there is no guilt, there is no judgment, there is no pointing fingers. It's just acknowledging how it really and honestly influenced you. What he taught you about money, about financial safety and structure. How was he with his self-care, with his self-discipline? How he inspired you or not to have a good discipline regarding to your self-care and the way you deal with your daily life and priorities, and the ability to do not so pleasant things because they are needed to be done. Allowing all these influences, these personas, these aspects of him to join this fire, to be set with you around this fire, receiving this warmth and this light of being seen, being acknowledged with no weight of judgment, just the honest acknowledgement of how it really reverberates inside. Acknowledging here that we learn from what they do and from what they don't do, that we learned of what to do based on them, but also what not to do, that we also learn to don't be certain things that they were. So our fathers, they didn't inspire us just on good things, but also in some bad things. Learning, showing us actually paths for us to don't go. So what your father taught you, what you are honored to do as he did, and what you are determined to do differently. In what way, in which way he inspired you to be and to don't be. Breathing deeply, allowing all these layers of acknowledgement to fit in your body, to be present at the same time. Good influences, bad influences, values, ways to do. That's the moment for us to acknowledge all this luggage that we received from our Father. And if your Father was not present, this is also something that He left for you. So in all the experiences, we learned something from it about what we want to do and what we want to keep and what we want to try to change, to do differently, to improve. And now I invite you to a very uncomfortable place where you acknowledge the things that you would like to be different, but you see yourself being just like Him. The sensation of being stuck into some familiar trauma, familiar constellation pattern that influences you more than you would like, that shapes your reality more than you would like, that limits your choices and actions more than you would like. The places where you see yourself repeating patterns or ways that you really would like to have made it different. So just acknowledge this impotency, this helplessness. Just be with it for some breaths. Breathing deeply into this acceptance, into this realization and acknowledgement. That is the recognition of our Father in us. And again, joining these uncomfortable feelings of things and patterns that you were not able to change until now. Also acknowledge the steps that you've made, what you managed to do differently in your life, with your money, financial structure, in your family, in your relation to money, to security, in your allowance to be vulnerable and to deal with your feelings. Everything that you feel that you were able to move forward from the pattern that He gave you, from the example that He showed you. Take some breath to acknowledge the steps that you were able to make until here, to give. Keeping the connection with your breath, expanding it inside of you. As we allow controversial emotions to be present on us, and we can experience them at the same time, we free ourselves from duality. We free ourselves from the need of being this or that. We can live in our bodies different layers of truth at the same time. We can experience pleasant and unpleasant feelings at the same time. We can embody the complexity in us. And adding to these feelings, I want to invite you to have here the feelings of what you admire in your father, what you admire on him as a man, as a human being, and as a father. And look into his eyes and communicate through this eye gazing everything you honor on him, everything you acknowledge on him that it's inspiring, that gave you good bricks to build yourself. Breathing through this communication, through this connection. And now tapping into everything that you disliked about him, that you reprove, that you do not agree, that harms you in any way. Remember now, and here we remember that we are talking about the projection of your father. It's not about him himself. It's about what of him is imprinted on you. So that's what we are tapping into. And again, allow yourself to feel both sets of emotions, what inspires you and what dislikes you. Breathing deeply, feeling all these emotions, all these inner opinions and impressions. And now again, relax and just be present into this fire, into this circle, acknowledging all presences that are in this circle. Your masculine parts, his masculine parts, the impact of his masculine in you, the inspirations that he brought you. All these elements are setting around this fire. Feel all of it. Expand your heart, expand your chest. And now again, I invite you to look into his eyes as he stands up. He bows his head to you, honoring the choice of yours for him to be your father. He honors this opportunity, the beauty of this connection. And then he leaves the circle, but he leaves all the personas in the circle. So now he is not there anymore in the circle, but all the layers of how he influenced you are present, and they are all yours. So around this fire, you have all the influences of your inner masculine. Just breathe them all and acknowledge them all, the complexity of all these layers, of all these fragrances. And as you look deeply into this fire, remembering that this fire is the projection of your inner fire, of your third chakra fire. In this vision, in this circle, I invite you to stand up. All the personas, the aspects, all the elements that we brought will be sitting down in the circle around the fire. And you will be standing tall, barefoot, and feel your feet into the ground. Align and feel the weight of your whole body, standing tall and firmly into the ground. Staring at this fire. And as you stand up and you stand tall, this fire gets bigger, taller. And now I want you to imagine that each one of these elements, it's giving you a string. Each one of them gives you a different string, a different chord. It's like a string. And then you have all these strings in your hands, in your both hands. And you are standing tall in front of this beautiful, powerful fire. And I want you to feel these strings in your hands as the reins of your life, of your masculine power. Here you are taking the reins, the command of it, the awareness of the influence of all these horses, of the parts of your masculine that are inside of you, all your impressions, imprints, perceptions, experiences with the masculine that shapes you beyond your wish, and that also are so empowering and present on you. Feel all of them in your hands as the reins of your masculine power. And you are standing tall and you have all the strings in your hands firmly, but in a way that you can feel each one of them when they are pulling, when they need you, when they are in action, for you to be able to notice each one of these fragrances of this masculine, of these personas, that you can be aware of them, of their agendas, of their patterns, of their wounds. And grounded on the floor, connected with earth, rooted on earth, with this beautiful fire in front of you and all the strings in your both hands. I invite you to repeat internally, I honor and acknowledge all the layers of my masculine. I honor and acknowledge all layers of my own masculine. I honor and acknowledge all the layers of my masculine. And here I invite you to feel your inner power growing with more strength to say good no's, with more strength to have the courage to create what you really need to feel safe, to feel secure, to increase the connection with this web of love and belongingness. And now you can bring your hands into this vision with all these strings to your third chakra, where your hands are laying down in your physical body. And feel it. Feel that you have these strings in your hands, that each time that they pull, that you are able to feel. And now bring all this bonfire to your third chakra. Bringing this huge fire to your third chakra, feeling it getting hotter, bigger inside of you. It's time for us to be completely our inner father, for us to take care of us in a proper way with the right discipline that gives the limits that are good for us, that creates the structures that allow us to thrive, to blossom. It's time for us to take completely the responsibility for the masculine energy we manifest, for the actions we take, the choices we make, knowing that they receive influences from all these parts and personas, but it's your masculine strength that will allow you to take the right decision, the right action at each moment. Feel this sharp power that allows you to say no when this no is good for you. That puts the energy into what's really good for you, that stops to numb, that stops to avoid, that stops to run away. This strength of the man inside of you that has integrity, that is responsible. This new responsibility, the responsibility with allowing yourself to be authentic. That's the inner father that encourages you, that empowers you, that supports you in the realization of your dreams, of your mission. So feel this inner father shining inside of you. I'm here for you. I have your back. And just stay with this feeling, this strength, feeling this powerful fire inside of you. And allowing this fire to be burning old insecurities, old victimisms, old patterns that were diminishing your light, any addiction, any numbing pattern that you have. Allow this fire to burn it all, to transcend, transform it all into this strength of having the reins of my life. Take these reins, feel this inner father, this inner power, the strength of this inner masculine aligned with your highest power, in service to your highest power, in service to your creativity, to your feminine, to the blossoming of your true self. And now, when you feel, you can relax your hands and take some deep breaths and breathe out through the mouth, relaxing deeper, deep, letting it all go and feeling this fire inside. And now I invite you to start to do the transition, for us to start to land with this inner fire activated and all these strings connected in your center. You can start to move very gently your fingers and toes, feeling this masculine power bubbling inside of you, this fire. Moving gently, allowing the body to ask for some stretching movements, keeping your eyes closed. And feeling this fire expanding through your body as you stretch, as you become aware of all the corners of your body, all the parts of it. And then very, very gently and slowly, you can start to find your movements until you can turn to your right side. And just be with yourself a little bit, hugging yourself, feeling yourself into this shell, into this nest of you. Breathing through your body. Being with yourself, noticing how are you feeling now. And very, very gently, when you feel ready, you can start to come back to a sitting position. You can have the support of your left hand to come up really, really slowly and gently. Keeping your eyes closed. And as you come for a sitting position, feel this alignment from your coccyx until the top of your head. Feeling again this tube of light that now it's completely boosted with this huge inner fire. So feel this fire in your third chakra. Feel this energy, this power. And then we bring our hands in front of our heart in prayer. And you can start by thanking yourself for dedicating this 1 hour to be with yourself, to visit these emotions, these imprints, these memories. Being thankful for your masculine power. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for all energies and frequencies that were here available, all light beings that participated on this healing, all the frequencies that were held into this space, into this nourishing healing space for us to tap into our masculine power and renew it, taking the reins of it in our life, being aware of our patterns and imprints and being open to integrate it and to act in a new way, empowered. And so we finish this cosmic meditation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you enjoyed this experience, please give your like to the video. I would love to know how it was for you. So if you like to leave it on the comments, I would love to listen to it, to know it. And if you want to get the notifications of the next meditations and videos, please subscribe to my channel. It's a pleasure to share this journey of ascension of consciousness of Earth on Earth with you. And thank you so much, and see you in 2 weeks.